Oregon Governor Tina Kollek is speaking out after President Trump said yesterday he was directing the military to deploy troops to Portland.
There is no insurrection, there is no threat to national security, and there is no need for military troops in our major city.
Trump said in a social media post yesterday that he was directing the defense secretary to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland. Governor Kollek said Trump was presenting a patently false picture of the city. Now let's bring in our CTV News U.S. political analyst, Eric Ham. Eric, thanks as always for joining us.
It's good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Trump's portrait that he painted of Portland, very different from what the governor says is going on. What is the truth of the situation? Are the troops really needed there?
There has been multiple clashes between protesters, demonstrators, and law enforcement. In fact, we know the reason the president actually announced that he was doing this is because on Friday night, we know that there was, again, multiple clashes that took place, and there was a huge buildup to try to protect many of these ICE detention facilities that are in Portland. And so we also have to remember, in the aftermath of the Black Lives Matter protest, Portland became sort of the tip of the spear with so much unrest taking place. And it took place even as other cities began to actually calm down. And Portland has just been this tinderbox that has just been explosive for quite some time now. And we know that the president does believe, and he is using as his signature law enforcement push, to actually send troops into many of these Democratic liberal-run cities, calling them hellscapes and things like that. Now, what we are seeing here is both the mayor and the governor are saying that this is not needed. And we also have to remember that these National Guard troops are not necessarily law enforcement. They're good, yes, at keeping the peace, and they can actually protect many of these federal facilities. But in terms of the nuts and bolts of actually doing law enforcement, that's not what their job is. That's not what they're trained to do. But nevertheless, the president continues to double down on this idea that it is military troops and not actual police forces that should be carrying the day when it comes to law and order.
How is this being greeted in the U.S.? Or is, I imagine, quite mixed, or is it working? Is it being received well?
Politically, if you look at where the president is right now, he's underwater. In fact, already we have seen 3 special elections take place in the United States where Democrats not only won handedly, but they won going away, even outdoing many of the Democrats' numbers in 2024. And so what we're seeing right now is while Donald Trump continues to double down on these policies, they are not, while they may appeal to his base, they're not actually building his coalition and making it easier for Republicans to try to maintain control of the House and Senate, particularly when they're looking at midterm elections next year. In fact, already we've seen Democrats close the gap in a number of special election races within the House of Representatives.
Okay, Eric, thanks as always for your insight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
CTV News U.S. political analyst Eric Ham.